Can somebody tell me what the hell is going on in New York right now? Like, right now it's 1 p.m. in Japan, so it should be like 11, maybe like midnight in New York City. Yo, I just heard that a freaking ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Did y'all hear about this? A whole ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, the Brooklyn Bridge has been up for a minute and nothing has ever crashed into it. So like there's a SOS going on. So all my friends and family that's in New York City, please be careful, because this definitely doesn't seem like an accident. It doesn't seem like a coincidence. Y'all know we don't believe in that, right? Like the fact that Saturn is going into Aries this week, right? Like that's a big deal. Like all hell is breaking loose. Like Aries is all about that smoke, fire energy, right? And then when we think about ships, right? Like whenever you think about a ship, I always think like ships represents going from point A to point B, like transition and change. When you think about the tarot, you think about the Six of Swords, when the couple is in the boat and they're leaving from one toxic situation or turbulent waters and going into the next, and that in-between space is somehow very uncomfortable. So this also relates to us, right? Because as within, so without, as above, so below, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything is happening right now to reflect back what's happening in society. Can y'all hear me? I hope y'all can hear me right now, because I'm actually in a cafe. It's daytime. Let me see if I can switch this. It's daytime right now in Japan, but I wanted to check in with y'all to see how y'all was doing, because I'm like, yo, I'm over here, but I'm hearing all of this shit is going on in the States. Like, I just heard some other shit happening, so I'm making sure y'all good. How y'all feeling though? I haven't been live in a minute, but that's why I wanted to check in and see what's happening over there in New York City. First of all, ships represents transitions, right? So we're going through a transitional period right now. Like our soul, right? Our soul is transitioning and changing and going into a new entire chapter. Now, some of you may also be experiencing in your personal life. Think about it, right? Where are you in your life? Have you been feeling like there's a change happening? Have you been feeling like there's something about you that just doesn't resonate anymore? Like, let's say, for instance, the old you is probably dying to make way for the new you. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be vulnerable and transparent. I feel like that, like, I'm in that space right now where it's like uncomfortable space where you no longer can go back to the person that you used to be, and you're not the person that you are about to become yet. But in order for you to get to that space, there's that in-between dark space, that dark night of the soul, the bridge, right? The Brooklyn Bridge is always represented like crossing over from life to death, death to life, from the old you to the new you, the in-between space. And when you're going through that in-between space, it's uncomfortable because you don't know what to do. Sometimes there's nothing to do, right? Like, I'm from New York, so doing and being active and moving is built in my DNA. Like, it's in my nervous system. So whenever I'm in a different environment, or like it forces me to slow down, which is very uncomfortable for me because I'm always used to moving. So when spirit is telling me to sit my ass down, don't do nothing, just be, I don't even understand. Like, what does that even mean? Right? Like, what does it mean to not do something? What does it mean? And not only that, like, I'm talking about the microcosmic. Well, that's on a microcosmic level. Now, when we think about the macrocosmic level, how is that affecting all of us on a whole? Where are we as a collective moving into? This uncomfortable space where everybody is uncomfortable. We don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know what the future holds. Even the psychics, right? I'm a psychic medium. The future is never in concrete stone. It's always changing and morphing, because just by knowing the future, you can change the outcome. And I tell all my clients that I do readings for, I be like, I have to put out a disclaimer. Knowing your future is a big responsibility. right? Because if I was to do a reading for you and I told you, let's say, I don't know, you got your hopes up high for this new job that you got, and you think this is going to be the end all be all. But in the reading, if I tell you this is just a stepping stone and that there's something better that's going to be for you, and this job is actually going to be temporary, just knowing that information, you're not going to put as much energy and effort into this job because you know now this is not going to be the all. So sometimes we're not supposed to know the next step just yet, because if you already know, then your energy is going to change towards that. Just like, think about your past, right? Think about your most toxic, most painful relationship ever. If you was able to speak to a psychic and your psychic told you this person that you're going to be with, they're going to describe them to a T. They're going to say, listen, you're going to meet a person who's going to look like this. This is going to be their name. You're going to meet them at this day, this time, whatever. This person is going to bring you a lot of pain, but you have to go through this lesson in order to grow to the next step. You're going to avoid this person. As soon as you see them coming, you're going to turn around and go another way. And you're going to miss that lesson. So sometimes we're not supposed to know certain things. Even psychics, like sometimes there's a block or a wall that's put up because not knowing certain things can be also your protection. Knowing too much can be dangerous. You feel me? And for those who have the gift, who know what I'm talking about, you probably understand where I'm coming from, right? I know this may sound really weird, far-fetched to some people, because people feel like psychics are like God, like we know everything. Like we're not. We're not, what's the word I'm looking for? All-knowing, right? Like, yes, we are aspects of God. And when I say we are gods and goddesses, like we are generators, operators, and destroyers of the reality that is here. We create our own reality, yes. But on a collective level, you know, there's a super intelligence that is superior to all, because this superior intelligence is what actually created us, and it's a cosmic design that even a human mind is not able to conceive or understand fully. You feel me? So I'm bringing all of this together to say there's a big picture that's happening, and right now we're in that uncomfortable space. We're crossing that bridge, and the Brooklyn Bridge being hit. The bridge itself didn't collapse, thank goodness, but there were some casualties. And, you know, I send my peace, love, and regards to the families who were affected by this, the people who were affected by these casualties. But I know that this was not an accident. This was not a coincidence. This is a symbolic of something big that's happening. Somebody in the comments was saying that it seems like 9/11 all over again. And I was there when 9/11 happened. I was in school and I watched the whole thing happen from the school window. And when that happened, in my soul, even though I was younger, I knew something was about to shift and change. And it did symbolize a huge shift and change in how everything happened in the world. So we got to understand the fact that Saturn is moving into Aries energy. Saturn always represented like systems, discipline, and you know, Saturn is whenever I think about that Saturn energy, is heavy, right? There's nothing light about it. Like even in alchemy, Saturn is coincided with lead, which is the lowest vibrational metal, gold being the highest. The fact that Saturn is going into Aries, a lot of shit is going to break down. A lot of systems are going to break down. Things that we once put all of our faith into is going to break down. And when that happens, all hell will break loose. And Aries, as fire brings speed. Aries is about war. Aries is about conflict. So sometimes conflicting things have to happen. Anger gets shit done. And if we have been passive as a collective, then that passivity is about to shift into activity. And that's going to be an interesting movie to see. You feel me? So save this live. Hopefully I can post this. Maybe I might post this on YouTube, on my platform on YouTube. But I wanted to just stop by and talk about that and check on the family and let y'all know the breaking news of what happened in Brooklyn today. And then something like this happened a few years ago in another state. I forget. Can somebody remind me in the comments? Like, but it was worse though. Like I think they destroyed the bridge. Was it in Baltimore? Can somebody tell me? I'm looking in the comments right now. Was it in Baltimore where there was like some type of an accident with the bridge and a lot of people died? It was some type of a ship that crashed into the bridge. Was it Detroit? I don't know. Sorry, y'all. I can't think right now. Baltimore. Thank you, boo. VV Level Up says it was Baltimore. It was Baltimore. Okay. That's why I'm like, why it seems like we living in a loop? Y'all notice that? Like, it's like we living in a time loop where things is like repeating itself. And remember, I always say, like, this is the matrix. So we don't live in a linear time. And we're starting to see now, just like we go through cycles, right? Like the 4 seasons, like winter, spring, summer, fall, right? Like day and night, the sun goes up, the sun goes down. Like, it doesn't stop. And if something was to stop, if the sun decided, hey, you know what, it's not going to rise anymore, oh, hell would break loose. The system, the mechanical system that the matrix or the nature's design is built on, if it was to just go amiss for one moment, all hell would break loose, because we are connected to this natural cycle. So, like the Kabbalion says, and even the Emerald Tablet says, right, like, there is no coincidences. And if you think there's a coincidence, that means that you don't understand the law of cause and effect. I speak about this too in my ebook, Breaking Out the Matrix. Like, I put this science out, and I'm doing this live so that you can see these sciences happening in real life. We're having this human experience so that we can literally experience these things firsthand to understand our soul's contract. A lot of you come here not only to understand the principles of what's happening, but also to shift it and to change it and to rebalance it, right? So, once again, we cannot change the world without first changing ourselves, going within. And the changes that we see happening on the outside is only a shadow, a reflection, and symbolic of what's happening inside of you. There's a shift. There's a shift that's happening, that transitional period, the dark night of the soul. So I'm just here to give you confirmation that you're not crazy. That if it feels like your life is falling apart or you feel like you're dying, you literally are, right? We're all dying. Every second that goes by, we're getting closer and closer to our death date. And I say that because it may sound morbid, but it's the reality of it. And we've been living in a lie. Like a lot of us, including myself, most of our lives, we just was working just to pay bills, to survive, paying bills and rent and mortgage. And you know what I say? Fuck those bills. Fuck that job. And fuck what people think. Because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, the only reason why most of us are agreeing to this broken ass system is because we've been taught to think that these things are a priority. Pay yourself first. Do what you love. I'm freaking traveling right now because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? It doesn't matter how hard I work. If I was to die, can I take all of those monies with me? I can't take money with me. Only thing that we take with us is our experiences, the people that we touch, the love that we take with us, right? So remember, whenever you find yourself feeling burnt out, you feeling like you live in the same day over and over again, and you feel like, yo, what's the point of life? Because I know some of us, a lot of us probably felt like that. We're not designed to just be working like slaves. We're here to be. We're here to express our creativity. We're here to do what God or spirit or whatever higher consciousness designed for us to do. We're part of a collective project. And I feel like now more of us are waking up to our true purpose and calling. And when you ignore that, you're going to feel pain. So allow spirit to strip you of this old identity that you once identified with, that you're outgrowing. Shed that old layer and skin, right? Being that caterpillar. And now it is time for you to emerge from that cocoon, that uncomfortable period. We're in that cocoon phase now, and we're slowly unraveling and shedding to grow our new wings. You never used the new wings before, so it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be weird. And the society or the energy that we're shifting into, none of us have been in it yet. You feel me? So I'm just going to leave you with that. There's so much I can talk about, but I don't know how my service is right now. Can y'all tell me? I don't know if my service is good or not. But yeah, like I said, family, take care of yourself. Do your journaling. Take time out. If you feel like, you know what, goddamn it, I need a break, take that break. Take that mental health break. If you gotta travel, do what you gotta do. Whatever it is that's calling to your soul and spirit, because you did not come here just to be a slave to this system, to do all of this stuff for paper money. Hell fucking no. There's more to life than that. And sometimes we just need that gentle reminder, because everybody else around us, you know, they don't know, and a lot of people don't know any better, so we just sometimes get sucked back into the matrix and not even realize it. And this happened to me too. We get sucked back in and we forget, wait a minute, you know, I'm not an NPC. Like, you know, I come here with a purpose. This is just an avatar, and there's a higher collective that is controlling this avatar that I identify with as a body. You are not your human body. You are more than that. You are more than bills and rent and mortgage and stuff. So fuck those things. Do what you gotta do. Pay yourself first. And it is what it is. We're gonna be all right, family. We're gonna be all right. I'm here for it. I'm here for the change. But yeah, family, if you have any questions or any comments, drop it below. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's late right now, but I appreciate everybody who was tuning in to this live. And yeah, I'm gonna post this on my YouTube platform. All right? Love y'all. Take care.